Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at this beautiful Monport 20-watt portable fiber laser. This video was sponsored by Monport. They sent this laser to me free of charge in order to make some videos on it for you guys and share my honest opinion with you on the product. That being said, both myself and Monport want only honest opinions, and that's what I'll share with you. This laser is going to run $1,299.99 on their website, which will be linked below, for the laser itself. That includes the power box, the laser module, the base. You get a roller, you get some safety glasses that come in a nice case with a cleaning unit, and you get a little bag of spare accessories. And it's pretty much put together for you. The only thing you have to do is put 4 screws in this vertical base and attach to the horizontal base, and that's that. So that's what you get for your $1,299. Also, of course, you get the USB-C thumb drive with the software. You have MP Placer software that is compatible with Lightburn as well, which is what I use. So you have options there if you'd like. As I said, it's $1299.99 on the website. If you want it with the Lightburn Pro level software, it's going to be $1499.98 out the door. That being said, I'm going to have a link down in the description box below that will offer you a link to the product. And if you use code LIFEIN3D 2025, you'll get 20% off your total purchase price in the cart. So a little bit about the laser. Let's just talk about it real quick. It's very portable, very light and compact. I have it kind of set up on my desk right now for demonstration purposes. And I do have my chuck just kind of stuck in place right now for my 30-watt tumbler. So I can't move it at the moment. But that being said, a little bit about the features. The laser is 100,000 hours maintenance-free laser. It's got 15,000 millimeters max marking speed at 0.01 precision. It does support sloped engraving with the turning of this nut. You can tilt the laser head up and mark angled sloped products if you so choose. Of course, you have your color marking options that are available to you. You do have options to purchase the rotary, and there is also a protective shield that goes over this. Both of those are found on a different website that was provided by Monport to me, and that is through Weak Laser. The chuck was $129 if you so choose to want it, and if you get the shield, I think it's $99 for the vented shield. So you do have that option. Of course, the laser will work with Mac, Linux, and Windows, of course, and it supports the files of JPG, JPEG, PNG, BP, DXF, PLT, SVG, and AI files, and all that good stuff. The working area of this laser is 110 by 110, and you can remove this middle base plate right here and just lift the whole base up and mark what you need to. And also the whole base area is 130 by 130. And like I said, if you're interested in this laser, there will be a link to purchase it down below, and you'll save 20% off the laser with code LIFEIN3D 2025. Now, all that good stuff being said, thus far, everything's been great. For today's demonstration purposes, I do have, of course, the YouTube channel, and I have like little memberships. And for people that actually pay for the membership, I'm going to start shipping them out these little cards with little channel emblems on them. So I figured we go ahead and mark a few of them today. So that's what we're going to be working on. I always just keep my thing there. I do actually have a jig that I'm going to be 3D printing that will do 2 business cards at a time. I just haven't had the time to really 3D print that yet, but that is something that is going to be in the works. That being said, This is fairly safe laser to work with, but do keep in mind it is a laser. It can very well hurt you. First thing we're going to want to do is take our protective cover off here, off the bottom. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and power the unit on. And as you can see, green light came on and the blue lights come on. However, right now it's in, if you will, mark out mode or whatever. In order to actually power on the laser unit, you would need to hit this button, and we'll do that prior to cutting, so we don't have any accidents or any type of injuries. One nice thing about this laser unit is on the side here, which I'll see if I can't get you a better shot. I don't have a camera person today, so there is two little captive touch buttons on the side. This head unit is, in fact, electronic, and it is adjustable. When you're adjusting focus on this laser, working off the base plate, you're going to line up this guard at the bottom with 0, which I already have done. So we have that all set up. What we're going to do is come over here to our computer, and we're going to log in, and we'll go ahead and download the image that I had already wanted to put on the actual cards. I have the fan running today. It's actually about like 90 degrees here in North Carolina, so forgive me if you hear any background noise. The intentions are to insulate and AC this building and put heat in it, but I've been so busy, life be lifing sometimes, so got to do it. So we're going to go to Lightburn, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to import that file. There will be a video that I'm going to do on putting this laser into Lightburn and that, but that's not what I'm doing today. That's not highlighting the actual product, but you do have to set your laser up in Lightburn. And as you can see, like right here, I have my 20-watt Monport fiber laser down there. So, and then I've also have a complete, pretty complete material library that I've went in and kind of done. So like if I wanted to do like a ceramic coaster, I can go down and hit like black and do like white markings. Or if I wanted to engrave copper, for example, we'll go to a default. Do you want black markings, deep, engrave, or like luminous markings, stuff like that with all the different materials. It's just how I have it set up. I still haven't got into the actual color marking yet. I'll be honest, I'm not that advanced yet, and I haven't printed out a test chart to see where I need to be with wavelength and whatnot, but we'll get there. We're going to get there together, I hope. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to import our file. That's the wrong one. That was something I did for somebody else. We're going to import the right file. There we go. All right. So I don't obviously need it that big. So we're going to come over here, hopefully, and we're going to minimize or shrink our image down a little bit here, but I really don't need nothing that that large for the card. And I just like to basically get mine pretty close to what we'll say centered, if you will. And that looks pretty much appropriate right there. So I'm going to come over to my laser right here, and we'll select our laser module. And I'm going to do a couple of these just to show you, how this works. I do have a multicolored set, and then I do have these are aluminum cards, all right there. They're a little cheaper, but I do have some black stainless, and these are 1/2 mil silver stainless and black stainless, and then I do have a 1/2 mil blue ones, and these are aluminum, but we'll go ahead and we're gonna try a couple. These are actually things that I actually give out to people for business because they're a little more high quality, if you will, being at a 1/2 mil versus 0.21. But we'll go ahead and try a couple of them just to give you an idea and show you what they look like. So now that we have our computer set up with our image on there, we want to make sure it's going to fit on our card. Of course, we're going to do aluminum right now. So let's just go ahead and we'll go into our material library. We're going to go into, now I have it set up. You have like these right here were aluminum, different, and then I have my aluminum and in the realm of lasers. I've been 3D printing for a long time, and I'm still working out the quirks in this. This is not a laser limitation. This is a Jamie limitation. So by all means, do understand that the laser is doing what it wants. And as we sit here and watch this thing go, keep in mind, this is a 20-watt laser. If you had a 40-watt laser, say each card like this that takes 5 minutes to do, you might be looking at about 2.5 minutes to do. If you had a 60-watt laser, think about it as almost like a minute and a half. Or an 80-watt laser, up like 30 seconds per card. The more power you have, the faster you can work. My pocketbook and this collaboration dictated that we get a 5-minute business card. But that's only because it's doing it this way. When I show you the other one and how it cuts it, I think you'll be understand more about the capability and how much it can actually work, how quick it actually works. And I do want to point that out because it's me messing up the image format or the background on it. This kind of made this longer than I really needed it to be, but I'm glad I showed you the mistake because I would have forgot to point that out, that the way Lightburn is you can't really take off like layers, if you will, which is weird for me because I'm used to 3D printing. I wish there's like an option where you can just delete a layer, meaning that the background color would be gone. So I have to go back in and redo that image on Adobe and then make it right for the card. Essentially, I only want the letters on there, not the background, which is printing now. Whew. I tell you what, it's hot out here in North Carolina. I live in like the Piedmont area in North Carolina, about an hour and a half from the beach, and whew, it's been muggy. This is being filmed on an Insta360, by the way. I'm actually going to staple off, and you can see like I have a camera mount up top there, and my other stuff. I've got to move that, fix that camera mount though. And I don't have my computer plugged up, so when my computer goes to sleep, I you know, light burn just shuts off. Now you can also, I mean, you can do coasters. My first attempt at using this, I was just doing some messing around, and you know, this was just an accident. I was trying to get multiple images on one coaster just to get the pattern I like. Just do keep in mind, if you're doing ceramics, white takes a longer time to do than all the rest of the colors, like bronze or whatever. It's not too bad. I mean, you're looking at the 5-minute mark. Again, it's like I said, if you can afford to get you a 40 to 60 watt laser, you could cut this work down very quickly. But I'm limited to what they sent me, because I don't just ain't got it like that. All right, so now we'll power off the laser just to make sure we don't nuke our hands. And see, that's a good looking, that's a solid card. It looks good. And, you know, could do another pass to clean it up, but it looks fairly good considering I put a whole background on. Now, how it's supposed to do is we'll go in here and we'll close this down, and I'm gonna go ahead and delete this image. And then we'll go ahead and add another image here. This business card ready here. And we're also going to just go to the material library. We're going to go all the way down to steel again. And then our default, and we're going to do a engrave. Like that. Let's get our card up here. That looks fairly centered. Let's see what the frame looks like on it. Alright, so that's a fairly good frame. Alright, so it's framed in close enough for what I want to do right now. So we're going to put our glasses back on. We're going to turn our laser power on. And let's go ahead and go to our engrave. We're going to do 2 and 3, okay. And we're gonna go to our laser. I don't want no background on this, so for this one, I'm gonna turn my speed. And I'm going to put 0 power on that. I don't want to see the background. Got that. Alright, so then we're good. We're going to do the engrave, and we're assigning it. And then here, I'm going to assign it. Then we'll go back to our laser. Got our laser on. I'm going to go to start. And let's see what she does. Ready? Now this is how a business card should look. I'll leave this being real time. And I wanted a nice dark image, so I went 3 passes. Now, if you only wanted, you could do 2 passes, that would have been fine. This card takes approximately 3.5 minutes. Now, you could do 2 passes and it's fine, and you could do it in less than 3 minutes, but this is for just example. Or you could do 1 pass, really. And that would work just as fine as well. Because this is a stainless color card, I'm just trying to show the how dark it can look. And I'll give you a total time on this too. We're at about 47%, it looks like, at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. One thing I'll say is make sure you always have your safety glasses on. You do not want to see that beam with no safety glasses on. And let's see, 61%. Now you can mark this just as like with a white and luminous. I mean, you could do colors or whatever. I'm actually doing a light engraving on this. So you can do a deep engraving as well. Like I said, just anything that you see this 20-watt laser do, each time you add 20 watts to it, it's going to be and as you can see, we're at 82% So probably right around 5 minutes for this as well. If I was gonna buy one of these and I had the money, I'd probably opt for a 60 watt just because it could cut my time down a lot. 60 to 80 watts would be ideal, but we're gonna make the best out of this bad boy. And I also want to give you an idea of one other thing. There we go. Now that's done. I want to take one of these black aluminum ones here. And I'm going to put that in its place. Just look how pretty that is. Yeah, that's phenomenal, and that's actually engraved into there really good. I think you can feel it cut out on there. Real nice. Clean this up a little bit, and just beautiful. Really nice. Now, obviously, you'd add more stuff on it, but I'm just trying to show you an example. And I'll keep this because when we make another video, we'll reuse that card because it's so expensive. Those are like $15 for 10. I'm just gonna go down here real quick and I just want to show you one thing. I'm gonna go to this aluminum right here. Aluminum anodized business card, and we're gonna go to satin black. And we're gonna go okay. And again, for there, we're gonna assign. And then for here, we're going to assign, and then we'll go back to our laser, and we'll go ahead and hit start. All right, and that's done. So it gives you an example. Now you can do the same thing on the stainless in about the same amount of time if you want this white look. But look how pretty that is in just an instant. Now I would adjust these fonts. Like I did this a little smaller. I would opt to make this a little bigger, probably move it into the corner some and whatnot. But you get the idea. You can make a card like that, a quality business card, black aluminum, and or just aluminum if you're just doing it this way and not engraving. You just want that white luminous look, and that's like literally 30 seconds. So I just did want to share that with you so that you all could see on the Monport 20 watt fiber laser. I hope you like some of the stuff that you see and what you can do with it. And this is just, like I said, this is the first video I've got behind, and I needed to get something up ahead. But you can see all what you can do and how beautiful of just business cards you can make or whatever. In the next video, I keep these as practice for right now just because they're so expensive. That's essentially what they're for me. Not to destroy and waste a ton of material. That being said, on the next one, because on the Monport 20 watt portable fiber laser, by all means put them in the comments below. I always try to get back to everybody, usually within 72 hours. Sometimes I can get it within a couple hours. It just depends on when YouTube drops the comments and lets me know they're in there. Like I said, I'm going to have links in the description for the Monport laser. I'll have a link for the safety shield, and I'll have a link for the rotary, chuck rotary, if you want to check it out. As far as for the laser, you will save 20% if you use code LifeIn3D 2025 when you check out through my link that I provide you. And other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for sticking with the rambling in the video, and I can't wait to make the next one with you. We'll see you on the next one.